Vandals are at it again in the name of abortion rights, this time attacking a private home outside of Detroit while the owners were inside. Both Pregnancy Aid Detroit and the home of a board member were hit over the weekend. Vandals smashed windows, spray painted doors in a garage, leaving the message, if abortions aren't safe, neither are you. And here to tell us more about it is Nancy Anter, director of Pregnancy Aid Detroit. Nancy, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. Tell us a little bit more about what happened and also your reaction when you saw what these vandals had done.
I found out Saturday morning when the board member called me and let me know that her house was vandalized. And then our board president called me and asked me to run to Pregnancy Aid and see if the same happened there, which I did. And I saw that we had graffiti on our building also. So we were shocked and hurt. And it there were a lot of people there also praying outside because we're next to two abortion clinics. So they saw it too. And we were open that day. So all of us, were shocked when we first found out.
Absolutely horrible. Let's talk about the house that was vandalized. You mentioned it belonged to one of your board members, and she and her family were home at the time. First off, curious, how are they doing? And secondly, how did these vandals know where she lived?
I don't know, to answer your second question. And she's rattled. And her name was on the garage door, spelled correctly. So that made it very, very personal and a threat. So she notified the police and she was very nervous. The police asked her to leave the graffiti up so that they can investigate further. And she's handling it well. She's trying to answer questions, but, stay at home and keep her distance a little bit. I don't know how they found out her name or why they targeted her. We have a board, a full volunteer board, and I don't understand what the point was and why she was targeted.
Yeah, very concerning. Are there any leads? Do police know who may have done this?
Well, the police are working out, the East Point Police and our local police here. So they're working it out, working together. Hopefully they will have some leads.
Yeah, and as you know, the state of Michigan passed some of the most really aggressive pro-abortion measures in the country last month. With all of the abortion resources in Michigan, why the attack now? Do you think on a place that simply really is offering an alternative to women?
We didn't understand that either. It seemed aimless, just angry, and perhaps what they think we are. Perhaps they think we're political, which we're not. And it was their way to just show their anger, and they chose abortion, that situation, to express it. So it didn't make any sense. It's hard to predict why or what might happen next. The law has passed. The people have spoken, and I'm not sure what their objection to us is. Clearly, they've never been to our center. They don't know what we do. They didn't look online and see what resources we offer, all for free.
Yeah, and we know a lot of times, these sort of attacks are really overlooked by the media and sometimes even the FBI, as we have seen. What's been the response in Detroit? What have you heard?
Very supportive, very supportive. People are outraged because it's a new level. It's a violence. It's not just graffiti. It's a level of violence and personal threat, hate crime. So people have been coming up off the street. People have been calling. Donors have been coming in. It's on the news locally, so people are aware. And most have been supportive, regardless of what their stance is on the abortion issue. They realize we're a private charity minding our own business, and this just happened. And they also see that it doesn't have an aim because it's not a legal threat to them anymore, and we have nothing to do with it.
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. We appreciate it. We're praying for you, and we hope the person or persons who did this is caught soon. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Tracy.